Hey everyone, welcome back to Code with Ro. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on our coding journey. Today we're going to be going over lesson 18, CSS Animations and Transitions. So we're going to add some motion to our websites with CSS Animations and Transitions. Let's get started and bring our web pages to life. First, let's talk about transitions. Transitions allow us to smoothly change CSS properties over a specified duration. Let's create a simple example with a button. So in our HTML file, let's add a button class. And in the button, the class will be called transition button. And for our text, I'll just write hover over me. And I'll hit Control Save, and you'll see a button here that just says hover over me. It's clickable, but it doesn't do anything yet. So in our CSS, we'll add some styles to define the button and define a transition. So now what I'm going to do is style the transition button. So we'll do dot transition button, and in curly brackets, we'll add a padding of 10 pixels and 20 pixels. And let's do a light blue background color. We'll also make sure there's no border, and we'll add a transition in our CSS that'll state background color 0.5 seconds, and it'll transition with ease. And now when I hit Control Save, you'll notice that when I load in the page, it'll have a very ease transition of the blue coming together in about half a second. So let me change this to 2 seconds, just so it might be a little bit more noticeable. So when I do 2 seconds, it'll take 2 seconds for this background color to be fully light blue. So I'll change it back to 0.5. And now we can do dot transition button and do a colon and write hover. And now in our curly bracket, so when we hover over it, we want to change the background color to light coral. So when I hit Control Save, you'll see the ease transition still take place. And when I hover over it, it'll transition to light coral because the transition background color will take half a second with ease again, just like we placed here. So whenever the background color changes, it won't happen instantly. It'll just kind of ease into each other. So if I were to replace this, it'll just start like this. And the second I go over it, it'll instantly turn light coral. With this background color transitioning, it looks a lot smoother. So we've set a transition on the background color property with a duration of 0.5 seconds and an easing function of ease when you hover over the button. The background color would smoothly transition to light coral. So now let's continue to explore animations. So let's create a ball bouncing. So now I'll create a div class of ball just like this. And I won't put any text inside. But using CSS, I will create a ball. So we'll play with the class called ball. And let's do a width of 50 pixels and a height of 50 pixels because we want the ball to be a perfect circle. And I'll also make the ball light green. So I'll add a background color of light green. And I will do a border radius of 50% to make it rounded. So border radius of 50%. And I'll hit Control Save. So currently you just see this green ball, but it's not doing anything. So what you want to do next is type in animation, and then let's make it bounce for 2 seconds, and we won't ever stop it. So let's just type in infinite. But now what we need to do is tell the ball where the keyframes will be and how much it will bounce. So now what we're going to do is add at keyframes. So let's define an at keyframe rule called bounce. So I'll do at keyframe, and this rule is called bounce, which is exactly what we wrote here next to animation. And in our curly brackets, let's do 0% to 100%. And then we'll add more curly brackets, and let's do transform and translate the y-axis of 0. And then at 50%, open curly bracket, we'll transform the x-axis and translate the x-axis at negative 50 pixels. So now when I hit Control Save, you'll see the ball bouncing to the left, negative 50 to the right, all the way to our starting point, which is our translate y of 0. And it'll take place over 2 seconds. And that's a quick introduction of CSS animations and transitions. Experiment with different properties and keyframes to create your own unique effects. In our next lesson, we'll dive deeper into advanced animation techniques and explore how to use them to enhance user experience. If you have any questions or want to share your creations, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more coding tutorials. Happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video.